Hello everyone, welcome to National Focus. I'm your presenter Tarnia Green. It's always a pleasure to have you join us. Among the major developments, the late John Fabian gets a fitting send-off. Dominica well on its way to achieving Millennium Development Goals, and the Kalinago community here to observe World Indigenous Day 2012. All these stories and more when National Focus returns. Stay with us. Welcome back, viewers. Time now for the details of the news. A very respectful send-off for someone who gave his entire working life to the advancement and development of Dominica was what former Health Minister John Fabian received last Saturday. Mr. John Fabian, who was a former permanent secretary in the Ministry of Health, former parliamentary representative for the Grand Bay constituency, and an environmental health specialist, succumbed to his illness at the Princess Margaret Hospital on June 22, 2012. Hundreds of Dominicans from near and far joined his widow Ellen and his children Erskine, Trevor, Marvin, Donovan, and Sidiketu in paying their last respects at the official funeral service held at the Grand Bay Catholic Church. His close friend, Monsignor Eustace Thomas, had the honor of delivering the homily at the funeral service. In doing so, he reflected on the life of John, who he had grown to love and respect very much.
We became friends. I was at one time his parish priest, but our relationship went beyond normal pastoral activities. We, John and myself, developed a special bond, real, genuine friendship, real love, but not the American way. You understand me? We both enjoyed dumplings and red beans. In fact, to extract a greater smile from him despite his pain, I asked the nurses to have him at least see the dumplings, his favorite dish.
Monsignor Eustace Thomas described the late John Fabian as a man who had a love for God, family, and the country. Father Thomas encouraged others to emulate the life and principles of John Fabian.
How many of you in government are praying a lot, like John? How many of you, like John, go to church often? Emulate him. John impacted because he loved and because he was a committed person. People, ministers of government, this is a promise you can make to John, to Jesus, and his disciple John Fabian. Don't just talk about the next level, act the next level. Be people of prayer and trust totally in the Lord. Don't destroy the nation for selfish motives. That's what John wants of us. Good things are happening. Talk about good things. The bad things take place. Talk about them, but constructively. But there are the people in our nation who are committed to the destruction of our country, who hate themselves, hate the families, they hate Dominica, they hate the world. John wants you to be like him. He was a concerned man. He loved people. He loved his country. He loved his government. He loved his PM.
Monsignor Thomas used the occasion to deliver a special message to the youth to stay away from drugs.
Young people, John wants you to, would like you to brace up yourselves, give up and destroy dangerous weapons, avoid bad companions, say no to drugs. You drug lords, by John's life, by his preaching, through his testimony of life, he asks you to remember that you drug lords, you have families, you have children. Saufayon, omgefer edotmon, membaila. Drugs destroy the fabric of society.
A special tribute in song for the late John Fabian was presented by family members.
While you were the one with all the strength, a beautiful face without a name for so long, a beautiful smile to hide the pain. Did you ever know that you're my hero and everything I would like to be? I can fly higher than an eagle, but you are the wind beneath my wings.
Following the funeral service, John Fabian was laid to rest at the Grand Bay Catholic Cemetery next to his friend Pierre Charles. Several wreaths were laid by family members, friends, ministers of government, and members of the diplomatic corps. In more news, Dominica Water and Sewage Company Dowasco has reported upgrades to at least 7 major water systems on the island, which has helped to accomplish one of the United Nations Millennium Development Goals. The United Nations Millennium Development Goals ensures that at least 50% of persons without access to drinking water would have been able to have access by the year 2015. General Manager of Dowasco, Bernard Etinoff, listed the projects that Dowasco has undertaken in the country towards that goal.
Dowasco has a mandate to bring water to everybody in Dominica. That's a mandate from the government of Dominica. That is what the government wants to accomplish. And I must say that the government has been putting the resources forward to accomplish that. We've done, over the last, say, 4 years or so, maybe last even 3 years, we've done at least 7 major water projects in Dominica. We've done the Dalis one, we've done the Warner, we've done Campbell, we've done North End Marigot. Penville is nearing completion as we speak. We can expect Penville to be completed within a month. We've extended the Girodel system, we've done the Piditsavan system. The Monbury storage tank, as we speak, is completed. We are just barely doing some hookups so that we can fill up the tank, flush, and disinfect, and then commission that system. So at least 7 or 8 major projects costing pretty close to $50 million at this point in time. It's all, with the intention and in keeping with the Millennium Development Goals to provide potable water to almost everybody in Dominica within short time. We anticipate by the year 2015, every corner in Dominica will be served by potable water systems from Dowasco.
Ideally, Dominica has already surpassed that goal and is well on its way to providing access to drinking water to almost 100% of its population by the stipulated time. Dowasco compliments the government of Dominica for those achievements. Etinoff said that water projects totaling about $50 million would not have been successful without the resourcefulness of the government of Dominica.
We have to say thanks that the government has made those resources available. Dowasco on its own couldn't do that. It's definitely not, So we must say thanks to government for making those resources available.
Mr. Etinoff was speaking on site of the new West Coast Water Supply Project, which will consolidate 9 independent water systems into one major network. This project is expected to boost the island's Millennium Development Goals efforts. The overall anticipated completion date for the new West Coast Water Supply Project is November 2013. Government is actively pursuing 2 major housing projects for the Bath Estate community as part of its wider Housing Revolution program. Parliamentary Representative for the Roseau South constituency, Honorable Ambrose George, made the disclosure last week at the launch of the Fête La Coudray 2012 activities. Mr. George says plans are to commence the projects before year's end.
We've seen a number of new housing projects. We've seen new residential homes being built. And of course, we've heard of the 2 areas that have been selected for the new housing apartments, which will be built commencing sometime this year. One is at the old site of the Surveys Department, and the other one is the playing field in Memsall, located close to the river. These are the 2 sites that have been earmarked for the construction of those apartment buildings. The designs are very, very advanced, and very soon, before year end, we will see the commencement of the construction of those apartment buildings.
The construction of these 2 housing projects will be constructed on government-owned lands and will complement government's policy for providing adequate, comfortable housing for all Dominicans. In more news, Honorable Gloria Shillingford, Minister for Social Services, Community Development and Gender Affairs, is rallying the cause for stronger family networks here in Dominica. She believes a stronger foundation within a family can be built through prayer, and that can only lead to healthier communities.
As families stay together, I urge them to pray together and ensure that Christ remains the center of the family. With Christ at the helm of the family and by extension the community, we will see stronger families and ultimately stronger communities.
Minister for Education and Human Resource Development, Honorable Peter St. Jean, believes that realization of the correlation between education and the economy is important to Dominica's development. The minister said that by securing a proper education and subsequently a job, young people will be able to boost Dominica's financial sector.
I believe that the economic success of this country belongs to all of us, particularly you, the future stewards of this country. I wish to highlight this singular focus on economic development for one important reason. When a Dominican has a job, it changes his entire outlook on life. A Dominican with a job doesn't need public assistance. He pays taxes to the state treasury, is an example of responsibility to his or her family, and is more likely to participate in community-based activities and to avoid deviant behaviors.
Honorable St. Jean stated that it is the right of every young person to receive the finest education.
It is the birthright of every child to receive a solid education. And it is the mission of the Labor Administration to ensure that every Dominican child receives the best education.
The Education Minister reassured that the Labour Party government is dedicated to a bright future for the youth.
It is our government's mission to ensure that your hard work will not be in vain. So we are indeed committed to supporting the sectors that can contribute to enhance your future. To this end, the Labour government continues to place great emphasis on the continuing education of our young people. Our vision of a university graduate in every household by 2015 is not far from becoming a reality. We continue to provide opportunities for advanced studies by making scholarships available to deserving students. Friends, this is no longer a luxury for the well-to-do, but the right of every young Dominican.
And finally, this news time, the Kalinago community here will join the rest of the world next month in observing World Indigenous Day 2012. The 18th commemoration of the International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples will be held on Thursday, 9th August 2012. Carib Councillor Prosper Paris says a panel discussion is among activities organized.
On the 9th of August, we'll be calling on you to join us to observe the World Indigenous Day from 9th to the 12th, and that will take part of panel discussion, that will take a talent, Kalinago Got Talent, because there are many of you who got talent, and we will have a big show, Kalinago Have Talent, on the 11th of August, and on the 12th, we're inviting all those of you who have family on the outside that are Kalinagos, invite them back to the Kalinago territory to see what we have done, how we're developing, and to share a day with you on the 12th of August.
International Day of the World's Indigenous People is celebrated on August 9 every year to recognize the value and diversity of the cultures of Indigenous people. When we come back, we'll bring you a few upcoming events and government notices. Please stay tuned.
You're watching GIS.
The general public are asked to note that the following hurricane shelters and shelter managers are for the communities of Vieques, Tobino and Tibo. Vieques, your hurricane shelter, is the Vieques Government School classroom block. The shelter manager there is Hannah Massacott and her assistant is Blair Mayer. Tobino, the house of Felix Honoré, is your hurricane shelter. Annie George is the shelter manager and Felix Honoré is the assistant manager. In Tibo, your hurricane shelter is the Tibo Community Center, where the shelter manager is John Bruni and the assistant managers are Charmaine Leta, Mitchell Paul and Virgin Thomas. The Dominica State College announces the start of a City and Guilds Electrical Installation Diploma level course come September 2012. The course will be on Tuesdays and Thursday evenings from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Bath Estate campus. Interested learners must register no later than July 31, 2012. For more information, you can call telephone numbers 440-3533 or 275-3659 or email continuing.education@dsc.edu.dm. You may also visit the Department of Continuing Education located at Bath Estate. Members of the public are asked to note the following numbers could be useful during the hurricane season. The Office of the Disaster Management located in Jimmet. The telephone number is 448-8831 and the hotline is 448-7777. The Dominica Met Service Office located at the Canefield Airport. The telephone number is 449-1990. Fax number is 449-2020. The Dominica Met Service located at the Melville Hall Airport. That telephone number is 445-7878 and the fax number is 445-7849. The weather hotline is 447-5555 or you may visit the website weather.gov.dm for updated weather reports. Up next is your tip of the day. Time now for the tip of the day. Today we'll share with you a few tips on what you can do to care for your skin. First, it is important that you nourish your skin. Feed your skin with the vitamins and nutrients it needs by practicing healthy eating habits. Fill your diet with fruits and vegetables that are rich in minerals, vitamins, and omega oils. The best foods for healthy skin are fish, low-fat dairy products, deep green vegetables, and whole grains. Eating iron-rich foods such as apricots and sesame seeds will help improve your skin tone. Another important factor is the need to rest your skin. Give your skin the chance to rest and rejuvenate itself by maintaining healthy sleeping habits. Lack of sleep may reduce otherwise healthy skin's ability to produce collagen, which is a tissue protein vital to youthful skin. Poor sleeping habits can cause dark, shaggy bags under the eyes and can lead to lingering rashes and skin irritations. When you don't get enough sleep, you can get cranky and your skin is no different. Remember that tired skin is unhappy, unhealthy skin. And that's National Focus. As usual, we invite your suggestions or comments. Please feel free to drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm, or you can visit our website at news.gov.dm, or you could visit our GIS Dominica page on YouTube and Facebook. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm your presenter, Tarnia Green. Thank you so much for watching, and do remember to join us again tomorrow.
There's a point I want to share with you. They say there's nothing you can do about an earthquake. It's sudden. But there's something we can do. Having our family planning meeting in advance, just in case, to protect the children and the family.
So any monkey may kui, but when you're running, you must know where you're running to. Okay?
See me on an earthquake. You, your family, and your children, and everybody at home must know exactly what to do, where to go, where to run. And the other thing is that you must know your surroundings. Because in your you can trip and fall and get hurt. Another secure place to go is under a table. Don't go under a glass table or a window or a door. It will break and shikaye and cut you. Go under a strong table. You want to see how you come in? You get it? But it's not just to drop, cover, and hold. And then you have your head in your leg and you cover your head and you cover your eyes and Felix, tell them.
And yes, drop, cover, and hold. But only know your surroundings, where it is safe in the house.
And one thing to remember, if an earthquake happens, you must find a secure place. And your bathroom is a secure place, a sure place. Because the smaller the place, the more secure you are. So remember that.
And under a potager, the dresser is a very good place to hide.
I agree.
The closet, where you have all those old jackets and those kiang, all the shoes, is a very good place, it's a safe place. The closet.
That's a good idea.
And the bookshelf, n'importe place comme ça qui s'est tombé à saut, stay away.
A message from the Office of Disaster Management in Dominica.